Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name's John Bull, and this is another Solely Voids episode, your free-to-play series where we only use Void champions. Now, I gotta be careful about that intro, because at one point when I said only, I meant only. That's just it. But as you guys know, we've deviated because of the Cursed City. And you know what? There's no shame in that. It's literally impossible to get through all of this without it. So, gotta be careful about that intro. Speaking of that poll that we put out a few days ago, probably about a week or so at this point, what is the next steps with Solely Void? Almost unanimously said, just keep going as is. Use only Voids, except for in the positions where we can't use Void champions. So, that is likely what we'll do. We will see about Faction Wars hard, because I've tried every single day, and every single day I get to like 1 or 2 stages cleared through, and then I'm like, all right, let's do it, and then I get to the final stage and can't beat it, and then get housed. So, I don't know, we'll just see, but we will eventually get more champions and stronger champions, and that'll do good. Hey folks, before we get into the video and talk about Quintus the Triumphant today, I'm going to ask you a big favor. My wedding favor, one might say, because today is the day that I'm actually getting married. Well, not literally today, because I'm recording this on Tuesday, but the day that I publish this is the day I'm getting married. So, all of you do me my wedding favor and hit that like and hit that subscribe button. We're really pushing. We're in the 700s. We're so close to that 1,000 goal that all YouTubers are trying to strive for. So, do me that solid. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Enjoy the video. Speaking of strong champions, today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite champions that I've gotten in this account, and this champion has terrible, terrible reviews. You've seen in the thumbnail, you guys know who I'm talking about. It's Quintus the Triumphant, okay? Let's take a peek at his reviews. Pretty dog washed. I mean, it's terrible. And I got news for everybody out there. He is not this bad. Now, he's not 5-star across the board, but I think in the arena offense and Faction Wars for sure, I mean, he's a solid 4.5. He's pretty good. He brings some very, very unique things to his skill set. And granted, he's in some of my best gear, but I think the fact that there's no way he's sitting at these things. So let's read his kit, see what he's all about, okay? So it's A1. Okay, attacks one enemy, places an extra hit if the target has no buffs. If the attack is critical, it repeats this attack once, okay? So, he double hits if there's no buffs, but if it's a critical, we double that. So, this is going to hit 4 times, okay? And it hits real hard. Okay, strip away. Attacks one enemy, removes all buffs, and places a decreased defense debuff on the target for 2 turns before attacking. That's important, and it can't be resisted or blocked. Okay, damage inflicted by this skill cannot be decreased by enemy passive skills or masteries, except by the passive skill of bosses. Damage inflicted by this skill cannot be increased by either this champion's mastery or ally passive skills, except for when attacking bosses. But when he kills somebody with it, he resets crowd favorite if it kills an enemy. Okay, now first off, there's a lot kind of going on here. This attack also slaps insanely hard, okay? And it is this top part here. These effects cannot be resisted or blocked, which is why I think he's got so low ratings. I think a lot of people assume that this is going to automatically strip Stone Skin off, and it is not. It's still a 50-50 shot. But the fact that it can't be resisted or blocked means you don't have to build any accuracy in him. So that's a very versatile move, considering how many buffs a champion can have. And furthermore, it gives you a shot to counter some Stone Skin. Okay. Then crowd favorite. This is a 4-turn AoE. Can be reset by his A2. Attacks all enemies. Places a 50% increase attack and an increased crit damage buff on this champion for 3 turns before attacking. And it will reset his A2 if it kills an enemy. Okay, now, I'll be critical of the champion here. This ability does not hit as hard proportionally to the other ones. But as far as the champions I have in my account, it hits probably harder than anybody else that I have. Okay, each of this champion skills deals pure damage. The amount of pure damage dealt is equal to 10% of the target's max HP for each buff on them, and the additional pure damage will ignore shields. I can't say I've noticed this one way or another, if I'm gonna be blunt with you. Okay, so now that we have an idea of what his kit is, let's take a peek at what we're rocking him in. Now, the feral set is strictly just because those 2 feral pieces were absolutely goated pieces. Look at that. Whew. That is 2 spicy pieces. Crit damage with attack percent, triple crit rate, attack with crit rate, crit damage, and speed. This one had speed on it also, and flat attack. Those are 2 juicy pieces. So he's in feral just because those 2 pieces were insane. Okay, but otherwise we have him Savage, Slayer, and Feral, and so this is his overall stats. So he's got 6.2 attack, 245 speed, 312 crit damage with 100% crit rate. Okay, so we got our position where we're faster than this team. This is a very tanky team. And so let's just see what, no decreased defense or anything like that at all. Let's just see what Quintus's A1 is going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty solid that it's going to go ahead and try to take down an ultimate Death Knight. Looks like it's pretty tanky. Okay, so now we're in the position, we're fighting that exact same team, because we're just trying to show off what his A1 and A2 are capable of. So his A2, though, does have a chance to strip, and again, against Stone Skin, it's going to have a 50-50 shot. So let's see if we get it this time. Looks like we did, and as you can see, it just shreds right on through him. Okay, so we're fighting, again, the same team. Pretty tanky team. You've kind of seen what the A1 and the A2 can do against this Ultimate Death Knight here. So now I just want to kind of display what can the A3 do. Granted, we didn't get Stone Skin off of this one guy, but I think that'll be fine. We'll get the idea. But it does look like this Mikage and this Ultimate Death Knight are pretty tanky here. And they both had Stone Skin originally, so but no decreased defense. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, and so as you can see here, like, it has some reasonable hits, but it's nothing really all that amazing. So I want to start using Quintus in areas where I can maximize the use of his A1 and his A2. Now, with that means I want to be giving him essentially extra attacks using those. So I've found a team here. This is my Brutal Chimera team. We're just starting to push into that. Just short of a 1 key, but, you know, still progress made is always what we're striving for. And so in this team, we use Insensa and Necret as an opportunity to get in extra attacks with his A1. And so when we buff him up, and there's actually decreased defense and weaken out on the Chimera, we can just go ahead and get hits up to 100k per hit. And so that can be a pretty big hitting A1. Now, additionally, if the Chimera has buffs, we have opportunities now to strip it with his A2 also, so there's some synergy within his kit that's pretty valuable. Okay. And you can see the same progress in my Hydra team. This is my hard Hydra team. We also have an opportunity to get him in there with his A1 and hitting decapitated heads for hundreds of thousands of damage within his kit, mostly utilizing his A1 and his A2. But in this fight, since there are multiple heads, we do include his A3 in this. So here is my event dungeon team, and we're utilizing kind of the same strategy here because you want to lean into what he's good at. So he's pretty good with his A1. You can see we're chunking him just with a quick A1 there. A2 doesn't target the boss, which is annoying, but then again, another ally attack, and we're able to just go and just kind of spam this over and over again, and that's a pretty sizable chunk for 20-some seconds in for just an A1 and an A2. So I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that I believe he is the best champion in Raid Shadow Legends. I think he's far from that, but to say that he's just an absolute scrub, like 3s and 2 ratings, seems incorrect to me. He has a lot of value that I think most accounts, especially free-to-play accounts, are going to be able to use. So don't sit on this champion, get him out of the vault if you haven't already, and put him to some work. Otherwise, folks, that's the whole video. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you on the other side.